There's a spectrum of financial experience, all the way from being in financial crisis and not able to cover your basic living expenses, all the way up to being totally financially free, living off the income from your investments, building wealth, and planning for the legacy you want to leave. So how do you get from where you are now to where you want to be on the spectrum, which I'm guessing is the financially free generational wealth building side, right? I'm Penelope Jane Smith, and over the last 20 plus years of mentoring women entrepreneurs on their finances, I've created a signature framework to help you accelerate your path to wealth, which is appropriately called the Wealth Accelerator System. And it has 4 parts: mindset, education, systems, and strategy, or MESS for short, since most of us are a hot mess when it comes to money. But in this case, your mess is your key to creating wealth and financial freedom. When you embrace your mess and make an ongoing practice of up-leveling your mess, life gets easier and easier. So let's break it down. When I talk about mindset, which is the M in mess, I'm talking about expanding your prosperity consciousness. This is the inner game of money, the emotional, psychological, and spiritual side. This is also where regulating your nervous system comes into play. I'm passionate about supporting other women entrepreneurs to live in prosperity, but what does that actually look like? My favorite quote about prosperity is from a Unity minister named Eric Butterworth. He said, "Prosperity is a way of living and thinking, and not just money or things. And poverty is a way of living and thinking, and not just a lack of money or things." So do you think it's easier to attract money and build wealth when you're cultivating a prosperous and abundant way of living and thinking? Or do you think it's easier to attract money and build wealth when you're living in scarcity and fear? The first one, right? Let's focus on the first one. And when it comes to your money mindset, there's always another level to break through. So I encourage you to make it an ongoing practice to expand your prosperity consciousness. Now, let's talk about education, which is the E in MESS. And I'm talking specifically about increasing your financial education. This is the outer game of money, learning specifically how to make, save, manage, invest, and protect your money. That's financial education. If you are watching this, I'm guessing you've had some level of formal education, like high school or college. What did they teach you about money in school? If you're like the tens of thousands of other entrepreneurs I've worked with, it's probably not a lot. Maybe you've even had some level of professional education, like a license, degree, certification. Now, unless you trained to become something like a CPA or financial planner, what did they teach you about money, about personal finance in your professional education? Not a lot there either, right? Here's what's so crazy about this. You are responsible for your own financial future. Working for some company your whole life and getting a pension from them when you retire that you can actually live on is not the norm anymore. But you're given no education, no resources, and no support in this area. That's why, according to Bloomberg, 97% of people approaching retirement age in the United States don't have enough money to retire comfortably and actually support the lifestyle they want. 97%. That is a big, big problem. So if you're not going to learn about money in your formal or professional education, where are you going to get a financial education? Most people were taught only one way to make money in school: sell your time. Is that the most effective way to make more money? No, not necessarily. And while you probably know you should save more, very few people have systems and structures set up in their lives to make that happen consistently. And then, of course, it's also important to learn how to get your money working for you by managing and investing it wisely. How do you do that? Maybe you think, well, banks have money. I'll go to my bank and ask, what should I do with my money? What do they say? Put it in the bank, right? Give it to us. Or maybe you think, I know, I'll go to a financial advisor. And some of them are great. I'm not knocking financial advisors. I have a financial advisor. But if you ask them what to do with your money, most of them are also going to say some version of, give it to me. And here's the scary thing. The term financial advisor doesn't really mean anything. It's not tied to any specific credentials. There are a lot of people out there calling themselves financial advisors, wealth advisors, financial planners who work for insurance companies. and they're limited in what financial products they can offer. So even if they're great people, they might recommend products that aren't the best fit for their clients because that's all they're licensed to sell. Plus, there's an inherent gender bias in the financial planning industry, like in a lot of industries. In the financial planning industry, 86% of financial advisors are men. Most of them are over 50. And the typical big box financial advisor models don't take into account women's longer lifespans or differences in our career paths and financial goals, which means that statistically, women end up with less money at retirement, but it has to last us longer. On top of all of that, a lot of well-educated, high-integrity, certified financial advisors have been taught and are still using outdated investment strategies from the 70s that worked great then, but don't work so well anymore. But even if you have an amazing financial advisor, you and only you are ultimately the steward of your money. And then finally, learning to protect your money means discovering how to pay the legal minimum on taxes. It also means protecting your estate from estate taxes when you die and from lawsuits while you live. So a little investment in your financial education goes a long way, learning the step-by-step actual how to make, save, manage, invest, and protect your money. As you increase your financial education, you'll discover how to safely earn great returns on your money, how to hedge against risks and losses, and how to realistically reach your financial goals. That brings us to the first S in mess, which is systems, and specifically your money systems. Because most people aren't born knowing how to manage money well. So if you feel like you haven't managed money well in the past, you're in good company. That just means you're human. If you've ever had any shame about not managing your money well, I invite you to take a deep breath now and shake it off. Because nothing is wrong with you. You just didn't have the right systems in place yet. It's so weird. Our natural human behavior and the way our brains are wired work against us when it comes to growing money. Here's an example. Most people practice bank balance accounting. This is where you make financial decisions based on how much money is in your bank account. So if you log into your account and you see there's money in there, you're like, great, and you go buy something. And if there's not much money in there, you're like, oh no, and you go try to make more, enroll a client or get some work or whatever. Most people tend to spend as much as they make, and when their income goes up, so do their expenses. Now, you can try to overcome that tendency. It's possible, but it's easier said than done because in order to do that, you're relying on what? Your willpower, right? And willpower is highly unreliable. Willpower works like a muscle that gets fatigued from use pretty quickly. If you look at a brain scan of this happening, you'll see a slowdown in what's called the anterior cingulate cortex, which is the brain area that's crucial for self-control. So as that part of the brain slows down, people have trouble controlling their actions and behaviors. But if you put a system in place so that you don't have to rely on your willpower, you're going to be more successful, right? At my Financial Freedom 101 online 3-day event, you will create a money management system with one or more entirely separate bank accounts for specific purposes. When you do that, you don't even see the money when you log into your main account, so you're way less likely to spend that money, right? And in fact, over the 3 days, we will put all your money systems together to turn your business into a vehicle for creating wealth and financial freedom. Yes. That brings us to the second S in mess, which is strategy, and specifically your investment strategy, which means having a clear plan based on real data for protecting and growing your money. If you don't have a clear investment strategy, then investing is scary. I've worked with so many women who were so scared of losing money that they just kept it in cash for years on end, which means not only was their money not growing and working for them, it's losing money every single year to inflation. One mistake a lot of investors make is thinking that telling their financial advisor or financial planner that they want something medium risk or something low risk or something green or socially responsible is an investment strategy. Now, it's great if you only want to invest in green or socially responsible companies or funds as part of your investment criteria, but that's just part of your criteria. It's not a strategy. And when investors say that they want something low risk or something medium risk, what they actually mean is they don't want to see a lot of price volatility, the price going up and down a lot, because even though they might like seeing it go up, it scares them to see the price go down. So we've got mindset, education, systems, and strategy. This Wealth Accelerator System is what helps you move along that spectrum of financial experience and accelerate your path to wealth and financial freedom. And there's always another level. So I encourage you to make this part of your own ongoing prosperity practice, like a yoga practice, gently stretching into the next level and the next and the next. And then even once you're financially free, this is how you maintain it and avoid sabotaging yourself. That's why in my Financial Freedom Accelerator program, we take our members through another round of the Wealth Accelerator System. Every month, we have a mindset call, an education call, a systems call, and a strategy call, so that month by month, bit by bit, these incremental improvements add up exponentially until over time, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish and how your money can grow once you get it working hard for you. Because little tweaks now can make a huge difference over time, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars worth of difference. That's also why I created Financial Freedom 101. And if you're not already registered, you can go to financialfreedom101online.com to check it out. If you want to finally understand money and investing so you know your financial future is secure even if you stop working, this is for you. Financial Freedom 101 is an experiential online immersion event where in just 3 days, you'll get the skills, tools, and money systems you need to become financially free forever. Over the 3 days, I'll guide you through my Wealth Accelerator system so you will up-level your mess big time. You will expand your prosperity consciousness, you'll increase your financial education, you'll receive done-for-you customizable money systems, and you'll leave with a clear investment strategy. So after just 3 days, you're gonna be equipped to make more money and get your money working hard for you. And you will have these skills for the rest of your life. So go to financialfreedom101online.com to claim your ticket, and I'll see you there.